He who knows the answer to this knows all things. A day will come when there will be no battlefields, but markets opening to commerce and minds opening to ideas. As the purse is emptied, the heart is filled. He who is not capable of enduring poverty is not capable of being free. I don't build in order to have clients. I have clients in order to build. Society is a republic. When an individual tries to lift themselves above others, they are dragged by the mass, either by ridicule or slander. When grace is joined with wrinkles, it is adorable. No fear, no regrets. The most powerful symptom of love is a tenderness which becomes at times almost insupportable. If people do not love one another, I don't see what use there would be in having spring. A garden to walk in and immensity to dream in, what more could he ask? A few flowers at his feet and above him the stars. He sought to transform the grief that looks down into the grave by showing it the grief that looks up to the stars. The reduction of the universe to a single being, the expansion of a single being even to a God, this is love. Let us fear ourselves. Prejudices are the real robbers, vices are the real murderers. The great dangers lie within ourselves. Our lives dream the utopia, our death achieves the ideal. Life is a theater set in which there are but few practicable entrances. People do not read stupidities with impunity. The pupil dilates in darkness and in the end, finds the light, just as the soul dilates in misfortune and in the end, finds God. When we hear voices that we love, we need not understand the words they say. The greatest acts of love are done by those who are habitually performing small acts of kindness. God has set his intentions in flowers, in the dawn, in spring. It is his will that we should love. Nothing can be sadder or more profound than to see 1,000 things for the first and last time. What makes night within us may leave stars. A faith is a necessity to a man. Woe to him who believes in nothing. Reason is intelligence taking exercise. Not being heard is no reason for silence. First problem: to produce wealth. Second problem: to distribute it. Skepticism, that dry carries of the intelligence. You ask me what forces me to speak. A strange thing, my conscience. Freedom in art, freedom in society, this is the double goal towards which all consistent and logical minds must strive. Success is a very hideous thing. Its false resemblance to merit deceives men. For prying into any human affairs, none are equal to those who concern. Common sense is in spite of, not as the result of education. Her soul trembled on her lips like a drop of dew on a flower. The omnipotence of evil has never resulted in anything but fruitless efforts. Our thoughts always escape from whoever tries to smother them. I would rather be the head of a fly than the tail of a lion. It is by suffering that human beings become angels. For prying into any human affairs, none are equal to those whom it does not concern. Virtue has a veil, vice a mask. His whole life was now summed up in 2 words: absolute uncertainty within an impenetrable fog. No one will understand so well as a woman how to say things that are, at once, both sweet and deep. Nothing is really small. Whoever is open to the deep penetration of nature knows this. Because one doesn't like the way things are, is no reason to be unjust towards God. A shadow is hard to be seized by throat and dashed to the ground. There is always a patch of blue sky to lovers, although the rest of the world may see nothing but their umbrellas. Love is jealous and ingenious in self-torture in proportion as it is pure and intense. The holy law of Jesus Christ governs our civilization, but it does not yet permeate it. To die for lack of love is horrible. The asphyxia of the soul. Progress is the stride of God. A compliment is something like a kiss through a veil. Woe, alas, to those who have loved only bodies, forms, appearances. Death will rob them of everything. Try to love souls, you will find them again. Where there is no more hope, song remains. Joy is the reflex of terror. God is behind everything, but everything hides God. Things are black, creatures are opaque. To love a being is to render that being transparent. Not seeing people permits us to imagine them with every perfection. Taste is the common sense of genius. Brothers, he who dies here dies in the radiance of the future, and we are entering a tomb all flooded with the dawn. Sire, you are looking at a plain man, and I am looking at a great man. Each of us may benefit. They say love is the blindness of heart, I say not to love is blindness. She worked in order to live, and presently fell in love, also in order to live, for the heart, too, has its hunger. Let us study things that are no more. It is necessary to understand them if only to avoid them. To be perfectly happy, it does not suffice to possess happiness, it is necessary to have deserved it. He feels himself buried in those 2 infinities, the ocean and the sky, at one and the same time. The one is a tomb, the other is a shroud. There is one spectacle grander than the sea, that is the sky. There is one spectacle grander than the sky, that is the interior of the soul. Where the telescope ends, the microscope begins, and who can say which has the wider vision? Love is a fault, so be it. England has two books, the Bible and Shakespeare. England made Shakespeare, but the Bible made England. Monsieur to a convict is a glass of water to a man dying of thirst at sea, ignominy thirsts for respect. Strong and bitter words indicate a weak cause. Genius is a promontory jutting out into the infinite. To die of love is to live by it. There are things stronger than the strongest man. People weighed down with troubles do not look back, they know only too well that misfortune stalks them. Concision in style, precision in thought, the decision in life. To know, to think, to dream. That is everything.